Hello, so this is just a quick, silly little video. Some time ago, I got turned on to the run end-to-end challenges. Basically, they're like virtual walking and running challenges. So things like, go from this city to this city equals, let's say 80 miles, and the challenge is to like record your walks or your runs to the equivalent of 80 miles, and then you've virtually walked the distance, that kind of thing. Fun little challenges you can kind of do anywhere in the world if you enter, as long as you're like active and counting your distance. So the first one I did was from John O'Groats to Land's End, which is basically from the top of Britain to the bottom. So that's I think about 870 odd miles. Oh, actually, I have the medal right here. So I started that one back in January, I believe, and I finished it around June, I think. So just over half the year to run and walk 874 miles, as it says on here. Got a cool little medal with it as well. I haven't actually opened this, I don't think, until today. But yeah, it's got the distance on. It's got kind of the route, what it would have been virtual, like the virtual route on there. So that is pretty cool. After I did that one in June, I kind of immediately wanted to jump into another one. So I thought, what else could I do for like the last half of the year? And one of the ones we had was walk the distance of the Nile. So that was 500 miles. And I've always been a big fan of history, and used to be really big into ancient Egypt when I was younger, so I did that one. One of the cool things about the Walk the Nile challenge as well is like when you would hit certain landmarks on the virtual route, you'd get little postcards with some of the history or like local attractions, so that was pretty neat. And I kind of wanted to do another challenge at the same time. Now, I didn't want to do another distance challenge because I was already doing one and felt like cheating to do two. But another one of my great interests is mountaineering, and especially Mount Everest. So there was one which was climb the height of Mount Everest from a certain location on the map. So that was like added in like feet climbed when you're out. So that could be like hiking or just even walking uphill, as long as you've recorded it. And then from about July onwards, I actually more or less forgot about the challenge. Well, I knew I was recording the distance because I was doing it every day during my like walking or running workouts. But I forgot to keep submitting it to the actual like challenge itself to count the distances. And whenever I would remember, oh yeah, I need to do that, I just kept putting it off and off until now we're in late October, and I thought, oh, should probably get around on it. So on Thursday this week, I spent a good chunk of time going through my Strava app, getting screenshots, and adding up all like the distance I've traveled by foot as well as the height climbed for like the past few months. And, I submitted them all onto the site. It took a while. Actually took about 3 hours. Watched the movie Alien while I was doing that. So that's how long it took. Well, it turns out on Thursday, I had already walked 500 miles, walked and ran during that time. So I had completed the challenge without even realizing it. It just took me to submit the numbers. So that was cool. And then I was going to go on a little hill run today just to add a few more feet to my Everest challenge. Realized I hadn't submitted all the numbers from this week for that, so I did that before I went out for my run. And it turns out on Thursday or possibly Friday this week, I also achieved the Everest, the virtual Everest climb. So that was kind of an anticlimactic end to both challenges. So I guess this week I've both walked the length of the Nile and I've climbed Mount Everest. So probably just as well I took a rest day at the day. Just thought I would do a quick video about that. Partly just because, despite the anticlimactic end of the all, I do think it is a good thing, and the only reason I'm probably feel like it was a bit of an anticlimax is just because I didn't keep on top of it. But hey, if you're submitting your distance every day or at least every week, it is definitely fun to do, and like great fun doing the John O'Groats challenge, and it felt great when that was done. Anyway, I just wanted to partly record that video because I do think it's a really cool thing. the end-to-end challenges. Just a nice way to kind of encourage yourself to keep active, do a little bit of a challenge, and just feel like you achieved something little. And hey, put a little bit of money in it, you can even get a medal or even a t-shirt. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, if you all want to check that out, just go on the website.